Welcome to Technically You, the podcast where we cut through the noise to find out what's really keeping us safe or unsafe online.
And today's topic hit a little too close to home.
Oh yeah, why's that?
Because we are firmly Gen Z, and you're about to tell me I'm doing everything wrong online, aren't you?
Well, not everything, but you're actually the perfect co-host for this episode because we're diving into a debate that's been brewing at dinner tables and office water coolers everywhere. Gen Z versus boomers. Who's actually safer online?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's us. Generation Z. Obviously, we grew up with this stuff.
See, that's exactly the confidence we need to talk about.
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
Before you spiral, I need to warn everyone. The answer might surprise you. In fact, it surprised the researchers too. Stick around, because what we're about to uncover challenges everything you think you know about digital natives and technological competence.
You're really going to make me defend our entire generation, aren't you?
Oh, it gets worse. But let's start from the beginning. All right, let's start with a simple question. Who feels more confident online?
That's easy. Us, Gen Z. I mean, I've had an iPhone since I was 12. I can troubleshoot my parents' Wi-Fi in my sleep. I probably know more keyboard shortcuts than I know actual people's phone numbers.
And that's exactly the attitude we're talking about. You're not wrong, by the way. Gen Z absolutely feels more confident online. Why wouldn't you? You grew up with smartphones in your hands, social media as your second language, and the internet as your playground.
Right. So, we win?
Well, not so fast. Meanwhile, let's talk about boomers. Many of them will freely admit they're not tech experts. They ask their kids to help set up their phones. They're cautious about clicking links. They're careful.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Do you, though? Because here's where it gets interesting. Multiple studies over the past few years have revealed something startling. Confidence and competence are not the same thing. Not even close.
Ouch.
Yeah, I thought that might sting a little. Gen Z might feel like digital natives, but that doesn't mean they're digital defenders. Think about it this way. Just because you've driven a car your whole life doesn't mean you're a professional stunt driver. Familiarity breeds comfort, but it can also breed.
Carelessness. Okay, I get the metaphor. But come on, are you really telling me that my grandma, who still types with 2 fingers and asks me what the Facebook is safer online than me?
I'm saying she might be, and here's why. Research from cybersecurity firms and academic institutions has shown that Gen Z users, people roughly between 18 and 27 years old right now, engage with suspicious content at significantly higher rates than older generations. We're talking about
Wait. Higher rates? Like more than boomers?
significantly more. We're talking about clicking on phishing links, responding to suspicious messages, sharing personal information with unverified sources, downloading apps from sketchy websites.
Okay, but I don't do any of that. I'm careful.
Are you? When's the last time you clicked on a link in an Instagram DM?
Perhaps. Today?
And did you verify who sent it first?
It was from a brand I follow. It looked legit.
Looked legit. That's the key phrase right there. And the kicker, many Gen Z users do exactly what you just described while fully believing they're too savvy to fall for scams.
This is a personal attack. This entire episode is going to be a personal attack.
Oh, we're just getting started.
Okay. I'm listening. But I still don't get it. How can our generation, the people who literally invented viral trends and understand memes in like 15 languages, how are we falling for scams more than people who still use Yahoo or Hotmail email?
Hey, don't attack Yahoo email. My mom still uses it. But that's actually the perfect question, and the answer is fascinating. Let's break down the paradox.
Please do, because I need this to make sense.
First up, the speed factor. How fast would you say you scroll through social media?
Pretty fast? I don't know. Normal speed?
Right. And that's the issue. Gen Z operates at digital light speed. You're scrolling, swiping, and clicking faster than any generation before you. And scammers know this. Modern phishing attacks aren't those obviously fake Nigerian prince with no access to their money emails anymore.
Oh God, my dad still brings those up like they're the pinnacle of scam technology.
Exactly. But today's scams are sleek, they're fast, they're designed to catch you mid-scroll. When you're moving quickly through dozens of notifications, DMs, and posts, your critical thinking takes a back seat.
Whereas boomers,
Move more deliberately online. They read things more carefully, they hesitate before clicking, and sometimes that hesitation saves them.
that actually makes sense. My mom takes like 5 minutes to decide if she should click on something.
And she's probably safer for it. Second factor, the trust trap. This is a big one.
Oh.
Gen Z has been conditioned to trust digital platforms. You've been using social media since middle school. When you see a message on Instagram or a post on TikTok, there's an implicit trust that the platform has vetted it somehow, right?
I mean, yeah? Isn't that why we have verified check marks and stuff?
But platforms can't catch everything. Scammers are increasingly sophisticated at making fake profiles look legitimate, complete with followers, posts, and engagement that all appear real. They can even fake verification check marks now.
Wait, seriously?
Seriously. Boomers, on the other hand, approach the internet with what researchers call healthy skepticism. They didn't grow up assuming online spaces were safe, so they question more.
So basically, my grandma's paranoia is actually an advantage?
Her caution, yes. And here's the third factor, which I think might surprise you. Information overload. How many times have you sat through a presentation about online safety?
Oh God, so many. Like every year in school, then in college, then at my first job.
Exactly. Gen Z has actually received more cybersecurity training than previous generations. You've been hearing about stranger danger online since you were kids.
So we should be better at this.
But here's the problem. You've been hearing those warnings for so long that they've become white noise. It's like when you hear the same safety announcement on a plane every flight. Eventually, you tune it out.
Oh no, you're right. I literally zone out when IT sends security reminders.
Boomers getting this information later in life actually pay more attention to it. It's novel. It's concerning. They take it seriously because they haven't been bombarded with it their entire lives.
This is so depressing. You're telling me that all my tech knowledge is actually making me less safe?
Not less safe, just differently vulnerable. And that's what we need to talk about next. Okay, let's get into the actual data because this is where things get really wild.
I'm scared. Should I be scared?
You should be informed. A comprehensive study analyzing cybersecurity behaviors across generations found that Gen Z respondents were 40% more likely to click on a suspicious link compared to boomers.
40%? That's a lot.
3 times more likely to use the same password across multiple platforms.
I might do that.
What was that?
Nothing. Continue with the data that's definitely not about me specifically.
Gen Z is significantly more likely to ignore software updates and security patches and less likely to use two-factor authentication, despite knowing it exists.
Okay, in my defense, two-factor authentication is annoying,
It's also effective.
but I have to get my phone out every time, and then I have to wait for the code, and what if I'm somewhere without service?
And that right there is the attitude that makes you vulnerable. You know about the security feature. You know it works, but convenience wins.
Guilty as charged. But wait, weren't we supposed to be the tech-savvy ones? What's happening here?
The answer lies in something researchers call familiarity-based vulnerability. When you're so comfortable with technology that it's second nature, you stop seeing the risks.
Like how experienced drivers get into more accidents?
Exactly. You just made my point for me. It's overconfidence. You see a DM from what looks like a brand you follow, you click it.
Because I want to see if it's a discount code.
You see an app that promises to make your Instagram stories cooler, you download it.
Those apps are so useful, though.
Are they from the official app store? Have you read the permissions they're requesting?
Now, define read.
You're literally proving every point I'm making.
I know. I'm aware, but in the moment, it doesn't feel risky. It feels like normal internet stuff.
And that's the problem. Meanwhile, when a boomer sees that same DM, they think, wait, why would this company message me directly? They see that app and think, this seems too good to be true. They get an urgent message about their account and think, let me call the company directly to verify this.
So basically, paranoia equals protection.
Not paranoia, critical thinking. That healthy skepticism, born from being digital immigrants rather than digital natives, is actually protecting them.
This is a humbling experience. Okay, hit me with more bad news.
All right, let's talk about the most surprising finding of all, scam engagement.
What's scam engagement? Like liking a scammer's post or something?
Not quite. Scam engagement doesn't just mean falling for a scam. It means interacting with scam content at all. Responding to suspicious messages, visiting questionable websites, and engaging with too good to be true offers.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, I thought you might recognize this. Recent data shows that Gen Z doesn't just engage with scams more often. They engage with them more deeply.
What does that mean?
Well, when a boomer encounters a potential scam, they typically recognize something feels off, exit the situation, maybe report it, and move on. Done. Clean break.
And Gen Z?
You're more likely to engage out of curiosity, click to see what happens, provide some information, just to check if it's real.
And sometimes catch yourself, sometimes don't. That's that's exactly what I do.
I know. Most of our generation does.
But it's just curiosity. Like, I'm not actually going to fall for it. I just want to see what the scam is. It's like investigative journalism.
You are not a cybersecurity journalist. You're just giving scammers engagement data.
What?
Every time you click, every time you respond, even if you don't give them money or information, you're teaching them what works. You're training their algorithm. It's the difference between seeing a suspicious door and walking away versus seeing that same door and jiggling the handle to see if it opens.
And by jiggling the handle,
Sometimes the door opens. And guess what? Scammers are counting on that curiosity. Modern social engineering attacks are specifically designed to exploit young people's willingness to engage, experiment, and interact with digital content.
so my I'm just seeing what this is attitude is actually feeding the machine.
Exactly. You think you're being smart and investigating, but you're actually participating.
This is getting worse and worse. Is there anything Gen Z does right online?
We'll get to that. But first, let's talk about why any of this actually matters.
All right. You've thoroughly lowered my self-esteem. Why does any of this matter?
Because we need to fix it. And understanding the problem is the first step. Look, we've established that Gen Z, despite our confidence and technical fluency, is actually more vulnerable to certain types of online threats than boomers. Here's why that matters.
I'm listening.
First, it means we need to completely rethink cybersecurity education. Digital natives about online safety, the same way we teach digital immigrants, isn't working.
Yeah, because we zone it out.
Exactly. Gen Z doesn't need to learn how to use technology. You need to learn how to use it safely, despite your comfort with it. That's a completely different kind of education.
So, like, less, this is what a phishing email looks like, and more, here's why your confidence is making you vulnerable.
Precisely. Second, it reveals that confidence is actually a vulnerability. Organizations need to stop assuming that younger employees are automatically more cyber aware just because they're more tech savvy.
Ooh, that one stings because I've definitely played the I'm young, I know tech card to get out of security training.
And this is why we are having this podcast. We're the voice of an entire generation right now.
The voice of an entire generation of people who are apparently clicking on everything we shouldn't be clicking on.
Third, and this is important, it shows that the threat landscape is evolving. Scammers aren't just targeting the elderly anymore. They're creating sophisticated attacks specifically designed for young people who move fast and trust platforms.
They're targeting us because we're easy marks.
You're not easy marks. You're just vulnerable in different ways than we expected. And that's what makes it dangerous. Everyone's been so worried about protecting grandma from scams that nobody's been paying attention to the fact that her granddaughter is equally at risk, just from different types of attacks.
So, what do we do about it?
That's exactly what we're about to get into.
Okay, moment of truth. Gen Z versus boomers. Who's really safer online? And please tell me there's some redemption for our generation.
There is, because the honest answer is neither generation has it completely figured out.
Oh, thank God.
Boomers have that crucial skepticism and caution, but they can also be vulnerable to intimidation tactics and may not understand the technical aspects of protecting themselves. If a scammer calls pretending to be from the IRS and sounds authoritative enough,
They might fall for it because they trust authority figures.
exactly, and Gen Z has the technical knowledge and platform fluency, but our overconfidence and speed can make us vulnerable to sophisticated social engineering.
So, we both suck in different ways.
That's one way to put it. But here's the silver lining. What we're learning is that the safest approach combines the best of both worlds. The skepticism and caution of boomers,
Plus, the technical knowledge and adaptability of Gen Z.
right? Add in a recognition that confidence without vigilance is dangerous and an understanding that the internet has changed and so have the threats.
So basically, I need to slow down and be more paranoid.
Not paranoid, thoughtful. Question things before you click. Take that extra second.
And boomers need to.
Stay updated on new threats. Keep learning. Not assume that because something looks old-fashioned, that it's not a threat, and not assume that because something looks professional, that it is legitimate.
But this actually makes me feel better. Like, we are not hopeless. We just need to use our brains differently online.
Exactly. The real lesson here isn't about which generation is better. It's about recognizing our blind spots. Gen Z needs to slow down and question more. Boomers need to stay updated on new threats. And all of us need to remember that the moment we think we're too smart to fall for a scam is probably the moment we're most vulnerable.
That's actually profound.
I have my moments.
So, as Gen Z representatives, what do we need to do today to be safer?
I'm glad you asked. All right, here are 3 things everyone, Gen Z, boomers, and everyone in between, can do today to be safer online.
I'm taking notes. Literally taking mental notes right now.
Good. 1. Enable two-factor authentication on all your important accounts,
Even though it's annoying.
especially because it's annoying to scammers too. 2. Slow down before clicking links, even from sources you trust.
The even from sources you trust part is key. That's where I keep messing up.
And 3. Remember that if something seems too good to be true online, it probably is. That free vacation? That exclusive discount that's only for you? That app that will magically boost your followers?
All scams. Got it. My Instagram influencer dreams are dead.
Your Instagram influencer dreams are fine. Just get there legitimately.
Fair enough.
Thanks for being so honest today about your online habits. I know it wasn't easy to basically confess to everything we were talking about in real time.
Hey, if admitting that I click on suspicious DMs and ignore two-factor authentication helps even one person be safer online, it's worth the embarrassment.
That's the spirit. And to all our Gen Z listeners feeling called out right now, good. Use that feeling to take a second look at your online habits.
And to the boomers feeling vindicated, remember, scammers are constantly evolving their tactics. Your healthy skepticism is an asset, but staying informed is essential.
Thanks for listening to Technically You. And remember,
In cybersecurity, a little paranoia goes a long way. As always, stay safe and stay curious.